all right. I'm actually working right now, so go ahead and see if I think I might be going the wrong way here. Let's see, and I can make the left up here. All right, so doing this delivery, I got a response to Black Belt Brandon. A lot of you guys don't do anything but watch your little circles that you guys are involved with. But Black Belt Brandon went on, he's part of No Jumper. Black dude from Long Beach. And if I'm not mistaken, he went to Caprio High School and he might have played with some of my boys, the Morgans, Eric or Earl. Um, but his statements that he had on there were kind of ridiculous. Says that people aren't protesting because of the ICE raids, and obviously that they are. And it's crazy because he's a black dude, and he came off just being all the way wrong. And they got on him on the show. Young Gan Hefe, Adam, um, Unk got on him. Munchie B got on him. A lot of people got on him. And this thing is making people and friendships like be tarnished. I have someone that, being the official news channel of the Geeky Company, statements that were made were just ridiculous. And I had a feeling that statements like that were going to be made because of statements that he had with me on the phone. He asked me not to say what he said on the phone because he didn't want that to get to YouTube and people to view him in a different way. So I'm not going to say his statements. The ones he put out there publicly so people can see, let you know enough. And I've been putting up community posts, and I don't even got to do a video. And they making whole videos and talking about, let's see if he clicks the link, and got a chance to look at it this morning, and I was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. When I asked these same people to click my link to have a one-on-one discussion about it, they don't. So when I'm doing other things that doesn't pertain to whatever they got going on, well, he should be here. No, I asked you to click my link. You click my link, and we can talk. A lot of people don't like doing that because they say, well, whoever has control of the channel can put pause or mute you and whoop, 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 whoop. So they don't want to. Had a dude say some crazy stuff about Hispanics. And if you watch my live stream that I did the other day, you would have witnessed and realized that I'm speaking about all nationalities, all people, all creeds, and how we need more love in this world. People like to jump ship. And I can pop up to this house right here. People like to jump ship. And they get mad at the fact that people can do reaction videos, right? When they do reaction videos, everything is all good. Everything is all fine and dandy. But the minute you do a reaction video off of something they said and the information that they put out there, everything is wrong. For instance, when they specifically themselves bring up black people and other nationalities and races, and they get mad at you for bringing up what they brought up themselves. They say, I don't know how this is dealing with race. There ain't no racism. Last thing I checked, that people getting deported has to do with other races. Be right back. Let me go ahead and drop this off. Mic check, mic check. Be right back. Let me go ahead and drop this order off. One of my main issues is I don't like when people bring up themselves. They want to bring up black people to someone else that's not black, like they know the history. And you do a reaction video to fill in what you were responding to, they get upset about it. My thing is, don't bring up specific races if you don't know anything. Don't get mad. And the funniest thing is, they got people that watch the channel, right? When they watch the channel, they all side with someone like, oh yeah, all this and that, and then you get to see the whole chat room and how they all think, and they all think a certain way. And the craziest thing is when you go to bat for all these people, then when you go ahead and stand and put your foot down to speak about what you feel is right, they somehow get amnesia about everything. They act like they don't know about what you're talking about, and they show their true colors. The craziest thing is that when you are actually watching them on video, on something that they think that nobody else is watching, they say exactly what they want to say. Now, when you call them out on that, they want to turn their face, talk about you, not accept your call when you call them, not respond to a text, especially when they say, well, don't say this out loud. I don't want no one to know I said this. He knows what I'm talking about. And the stuff that he said publicly is right there. It's the exact same. Got people putting up titles on their live stream so that no one will go and watch their live stream. If you know that somebody has millions of views and way more subscribers than what you have, why not put their name in the top titles instead of letting them have to go ahead and hear it from other people? Don't be scary about it, and anyone can click the link. Talking about people got things to do. They got regular jobs. I am on a regular job. And watch this. I'm about to confirm my arrival because I'm doing a GMB order. This one, that one. Nope. Got to go to the trunk. Let me go drop this order off. The craziest thing is that I normally would be talking to this person at this time, at earlier times, and he would have me on his speakerphone in his earbud, while he's working in the place, talking to his crew, going denying DoorDashers their orders and everything. So he can go ahead and make that money and get them tips. Because he says all the ones with no tips he gives to delivery drivers, the DoorDash and the Uber Eats ones, and those people. He would typically be on the phone with me at this time. So for him to not click the link and say that they have a regular job and they got other things to do, it don't make no sense. Now, when I spoke about how your words and what you say affect my family, why are you getting upset because I'm keeping it real? What you're saying is affecting my family. It affects me. So if you feel like that about my family, then you feel like that about me. When someone says, don't say this on YouTube because I don't want people to know, it's because I'm black and thinking that I'm taking a stance, being on the side that you're on, and that's not the case.
I'm gonna give you guys an example. Just listen to it.
This next clip is going to be done in fair use. We will be speaking about these protests, what's going on, and how America is showing its true color. We're going to watch the entire clips that I put together. Then I'm going to speak about this, and there will be an open link, open dialogue for anyone who wants to get involved. Once again, this is done in fair use. Strictly for criticism and educational purposes only. You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Before it hits zero and that light turns green, then you shoot them with the rubber bullets so they move. That's how it would be. Like, get out of the road. Move.
I think at the southern border, we should just have a bunch of machine guns hooked up to AI, and if anybody tries to cross the border, just shoot them.
Hey, that's how I've thought that for the longest time.
Automatic, like the machine shoots them, not a human, you know?
Put some Gatling guns on top, kind of like RoboCop. Stick those motherfuckers on turrets. And if they get a certain distance,
Why do we need to use those bullets, man?
I personally wish I could put that on my car. These fucking people driving around here.
Machine guns on my fucking car.
Yeah, James Bond, my shit. In the chat. He wants to come over here and let's educate. Try to have a civilized conversation since I'm being, shouldn't be making assumptions. We'll put it there. There's the link. Hello again, Denise. How you doing? Pedro is so anti-American. He stands with those protesters. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of Trump derangement syndrome going over there. But we're here to have an open conversation.
Like more of an American value than other Americans. And it doesn't make sense that we're like, we should get rid of some of the people that are here. Quite honestly, frankly.
But you're not acting like a true American when you're sending 75% of your wages out of country to other people in other countries. You're not acting like an American citizen. Yeah, this might sound fucked up. Of course, I don't want people leeching off the system. But unfortunately, as a privilege of being an American citizen, you get the privileges of that system. Yes, in any system, people are going to abuse it. That's no doubt about that. But now we have a bunch of 10 to 20 million illegals abusing the system as well. And the ones that are working in the system are sending 75% of their dollars elsewhere. So the economy isn't doing, here, I'll give you another speed. No, you got to start. These laws started being placed here, and laws changed throughout the years. So maybe when the laws first started, yes, more than welcome to come, easy process, blah, blah, blah. But laws will change over a period of time. So to sit there and say, let's go back in time, you can't go back in time. We got to use the current laws that we have on the books to be able to enforce the law. You can't enforce the laws we have on the books now if we want to live in the past where the laws were changed 1700.
Yeah, but it's not about living in the past. It's about knowing the history and knowing people's plights that don't look like maybe you and me. I think that's important and irrelevant because in this country, not that long ago, women couldn't vote, people of color couldn't vote, people of certain ethnicities couldn't own land and property, and it gave them a big disadvantage. Would you agree about that? It hasn't been that long that those things were true in this country.
Nobody currently living in the United States has any disadvantage at my period. There's no privilege that I have as a white man, that you have as a Hispanic man, that anybody has as a black man. There is no special privileges. What I can do, any black man can do, any legal Hispanic can do, any legal Chinese person can do. That is the lamest ass excuses I hear. They're being held back. No, the laws were changed, and from that point on, they have always had the same advantages as everybody else.
Okay, hold on. So you're saying from that point on, but you had generations before. Okay, when somebody can't own land and other people could, that is a significant advantage of the lineage of a generation of your family tree. A significant advantage. Would you agree or disagree?
Well, of course there's going to be advantages.
That's significant.
We have a country that was founded by whites. The settlers were white. We have a country that slavery was brought over, which brought the black people here. Okay, yes. Of course, you're going to have some disadvantages, but as the world is currently, there is no disadvantage. Everybody is on an equal playing field right now. What happened with black people prior to the 1950s that's holding them back now? What happened prior to
Jim Crow laws, not being able to have land, not being able to vote, being hung from trees? Anything else? Like what are you talking about?
Okay, but that was all. That's all in the that was.
That's not that long ago, Roy. That's 3 generations, 2-3 generations. That's not that long.
When was Jim Crow changed?
The 50s.
Okay, so that shit was changed in the 50s. We're talking now, 70 years later. We're 70 years later. Okay, we can't blame what happened 70 years ago.
I'm not blaming
it.
I'm not blaming it or giving.
All right, now, here is the thing. When you hear someone speaking to someone that's not black and asking about black issues, why get mad at the black person who responds to what you're saying in your video? I have a right to do a reaction. Why are you upset about that? You're talking about different races. You're bringing up everything. Why am I the bad guy? Why am I the bad guy for answering questions that someone is asking to someone who doesn't obviously have all the answers or even close to being on the same standpoint, because he's not black and his people did not go ahead and educate him in all that way? So why are you getting mad at me for answering your questions? And when I do, you get all upset and butthurt about it. And then check this out. I'm watching the live stream because I'm like, oh shoot, he called me corny and everything, but trying to be my friend behind the doors. He said, oh, Robert Reese is doing a live. Let me go ahead and see what this guy is talking about. I timed it. He was over on my channel for like 1 minute and 38 seconds. Then came back and said, oh, he's race baiting. Then the other people said, yeah, he tends to do that. I don't know why. I'm not race baiting. I'm answering questions and explaining. If you didn't watch my whole live, you can't say anything. His live stream that he was doing when he was on there with the other person, he got like 200 views on it. My live stream got 2,000 because I was breaking it down. And if you listened to the whole thing, you would have been educated. But he goes back on the other live stream that he was on after not even 2 minutes and says he's race baiting. And then they and chucking and giggling. They say, yeah, he said he's on the front line. Yeah, I am. You guys are not even out there speaking with people and even having intelligent conversations, conversing back and forth, or doing anything with the people that you guys are talking about. You know why? Because you don't like them. You really hate them. And it's crazy that times like this show people who they are and how things like this can break up friendships, because when it's time to say it real and keep it real, they go get mad. You supposed to be Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom this. The hell y'all talking about? I spoke about how immigrants from all countries who come over here, they are skilled at certain things. They are skilled in they're skilled in trades that we need done here. If you're not skilled in a trade, but somebody else is, You're going to hire the person that's skilled in that trade. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. When our United States was going after bin Laden, Iraq and everything, same Americans who are going against majority right now, the Hispanics, and I mean, I don't care if wherever you're from, if you speak Spanish, they're going after you at every single type of job there is. When they were going after Arabs, remember when they were getting mad at the Red Dot Indians? The Mandeep, Sandeep, Manjeets, the Singhs, they were going at them. They go at everybody. But the minute you start saying what is right and what group is predominantly doing things to other groups, and they look at themselves in the mirror, they get upset at you for looking at the whole picture. Then want to act like you're stupid for believing and saying what you believe in. Gotta go in this place, I think. Let me see. Is there a gate code? Let me see. Why is it not like right there? Okay, I gotta go in this. Let me type in this. Okay, give me one quick sec. Why is the gate like not like right there by like your arm? They acting like you crazy as hell and shit. Says I'm right here. 1, 7. You're not allowed to have an opinion. You're not allowed to speak. Oh, I am. I'm right here. Oh, and it's right here. Be right back. Just give me like 30 seconds. 7-2. I hope a lot of you guys, you know how they say politics and everything else can ruin your relationships, with your spouse? Just imagine you being with somebody who's Hispanic, who is Arab. Because we all know that different areas, the racism is different. And wherever they are, they get treated like shit. And then when we got stuff like this going on and you start to open your mouth, they're like, damn, did I really marry this person? A lot of you guys can't keep simple relationships like with your friends. So just imagine. Just imagine you are the only person, right? Let's say in your family, everybody else stuck with the same kind, right? And you broke off and did something different. And then when everyone gets together and they start talking all that stuff, you start joining in front of your spouse and your person. That shit crazy. A lot of these people talk a good game. I'll say whatever I want to say in front of people and all this and that. It's funny when people deal with me, they like to use on the record and off the record. They like to use that. Because they know a lot of the shit that they say, if they said that shit publicly, wouldn't nobody like them. Black Belt Brandon is dead wrong for the shit he was saying. He made himself look dumb on No Jumper being a black dude in Long Beach and didn't even know about the Rodney King riots like that. Just up there trying to be different to get people to click on his shit. I understood what he was doing. A lot of these people who are not like you are doing it because that's just how they feel. This is my last drop off right here. Let me go ahead and scan this thing. Let me drop this last package off. I'm about to do something that's way real. The same person that was talking all the shit about me, who was supposed to be someone that, you know, I get along with. He might be watching right now. Let's call him live. Let's give him a call live. Let's see what happens. Damn, they try to send me another order right now. Higher order volume is what it says. Go back out this way. Let's try to call him live and see if he picks up. I'm gonna probably get another ignore because I tried to call and have a conversation on the phone. Tried to say, let's do a one-on-one live. Go ahead and give a call right now. Let's see. I ain't gonna put his phone number there and show you guys because I don't want people to say, oh, he's doxing somebody. All right. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me? Man, I'm calling to address the, saying I'm corny and you was only on my thing for like a minute and 38 seconds and said that I was race baiting when the whole thing was not watched to understand exactly what fully was going on. And I mean the stuff that you're putting out there is racist. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that racist white dude who I was filming said. The exact same shit. It cannot be not racist for one and then be racist for another. It has a whole lot to do with race. Wanting to put guns and kill people for no reason automatically is racist. You had an issue with my Mexican hat. My hat that said Mexico. Yeah, see, you have an issue with my Mexico hat. I'm an American, born here and everything, brought here as slaves. My wife is Mexican. She came here and she was born here. Her parents are immigrants. And and it took almost 20 years for them to be able to be legal citizens. And her dad holds but her for 20 years they had to do like everybody else. For them to go ahead to get the steps done, but through all that other stuff, nah, they was here like everybody else, and they were, and her dad is hired by two of the most prestigious companies in America, and has been there for almost 40 years, and they hired him. No, because a lot of stuff that was everybody here gets the same constitutional rights. Everyone gets the same constitutional rights. Everyone does. As long as you're in this country, you get the same constitutional rights. As long as you're not committing a crime, as long as you're not committing a crime, and there is no stop in ID state, you get the same rights. That's what I'm saying. My wife is of immigrant parents. My kids are grandkids of immigrant parents, grandparents. So what all of the crazy talk that is been going in, the crazy talk is crazy talk, and a lot of it should not be said, because Americans don't even want to fill a drink at Wingstop, because and then they say that well, the immigrants are taking all the orders, so we ain't getting paid enough. It's not the immigrants' fault that they have the trade skills and they know how to do all the trades that Americans don't want to do. They will hire them for that. They have arrested people who are here legally. They have arrested people. They've just been going out and just rounding people up, capturing people. And that's another thing. I use the word capture, and there was something wrong with that too. Being black, that happens to us way more often. Being black and brown, they just say you fit the description. That's racist though. Yeah, but the words and statements that you're using, man, um, if someone else is saying the exact same thing that you are saying, and that person is what that person is, then what separates the person then?
He might have said some other uncle crazy shit. Yeah, but you can't think of being racist because he's out there thinking dumb crazy fucking shit that I haven't said. Because nothing I said is that racist at all.
Roy, when you and Pedro were talking, you brought up the black stuff. I answered all that stuff. We ain't got the same opportunities. Once they figured out that per capita, we were moving along faster than what the whites did, they started to bring us back down purposely. And that was ignored too. Like it was a lie.
I never questioned anything. This is why I don't understand where it's coming from. I never did any of that.
Well, when you go on a live stream and you say, I'm about to go watch Reese and see what it is, oh, it's corny, only over there for not even 2 minutes to get back over there to then start talking shit.
Well, it's corny because it's not something I agree with. It's not something that in my eyes it's not a racist thing. That's a racist thing to be brought up in it.
Well, it has everything to do with race. If everyone was blonde hair and blue eyed, wouldn't no one be saying nothing? If everyone was blonde haired with blue eyes, wouldn't nobody be saying nothing?
All races are affected. Chinese, white, black, Hispanic. All races are fucking involved.
Why is the focal point on Hispanics?
Because if it was a bunch of fucking Europeans, like let's say white, blonde hair, blue eyed people, all this, it's just because they are the majority of people that are here illegally that we see so much of it. But you can find plenty of stories of other races being shipped back. There was just a story less than a month ago about a whole plane load of Indian people being sent back to India. So it's out there. It's just that because they are the majority, they are the ones who see the most.
All right. That's why I say Hispanic.
All that shit for the last 400 years. When I saw that showed me like you care about the struggle. You know what I'm saying? You were willing to give up all that shit that you as a black man and your ancestors fought for the last 400 years and the privileges that you guys fought to have in this country. To be those citizens, get the shit that you did, like you were just going to throw it away to the illegals and just flip back whatever they want. After your people have went through the struggle of the last 400 years.
A lot of people don't understand that blacks and Mexicans and people of Spanish descent, we came from the same place. When everything was way back then, we came from the same place. A lot of people aren't educated up on that. And it's separated. You got to go back to the original. You got to go back to the original tribes. You got to go back to the original tribes. The original tribes. No, I'm talking about the original tribes. The original tribes that how people were. The original tribes. The original tribes include Hispanics with the blacks because we were all part of the same creed. A lot of people don't understand that.
That's a long history back from back to current day situations in the United States. It has nothing to do with you as the black people. You took that extra mile and fought for everything you guys did. As an American citizen, you fought for that American citizenship. You fought to be recognized as an American citizen and earn the rights that we have as American citizens. And like I said, when I saw that, it was like, did we forget the struggle that black people had to go through the last 400 years to think it's okay that because give me hard-earned rights that the hard-earned rights that his people had to go through?
A lot of blacks escaped to Mexico, and the Native Americans and the Mexicans was helping us black people when we were fleeing from the slave master. They were helping us out. They were helping us out.
Yeah. What does that matter?
Oh my.
We gotta look at this to the current day situation. That's why we have to look at this. We can't look at it from what happened 500 years ago.
The United States is a melting pot. The United States is a melting pot. And for it,
Which is more than just do it the right way. And that's all people have said. Nobody wants to take out a fucking Hispanic person. Nobody, I don't have any issues with Mexican people. But half the nation would like to see it done the right way. And that's all it is. And that's current day. It has nothing to do with 500 years ago. It has to do with what's going on today. And since those laws were put together for immigration, it moves from that point forward. But that's what upset me about the hat, because I'm like, well, wait a minute, it's like we're willing to throw away hard-earned rights that blacks have gone through to get those rights, and we're just willing to give somebody that jumped the border a week ago. That's what irritates me about that.
all right, we got to continue this later, man. I apologize if I did something wrong or said something wrong to you, G. We'll I mean, all right, I'm gonna hit you back, G. I'm gonna hit you back. All right. He answered the phone, y'all. We had a conversation. We didn't scream and yell. We had a conversation. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Me having people and family like my own and words and things that are used, I feel that cold-heartedly. And I think that A lot of people should start having some conversations before they get up and just start talking a lot of stuff, because it's not right. It's not right at all. Been up here for about an hour. I'm finna do some more work. I know ain't nobody want to see me just keep driving and doing work. I got some more work to do. But it is what it is. Black belt Brandon, you got to come with a different approach, G. You can't be aggressive and passive aggressive at the same time. It don't work like that. It don't work. Well, y'all, I want to get into the black belt Brandon thing. They're sending me an order right now. Let me see what it says. It's not bad. I might have to accept this. What the hell is that? I'm going to do it. Offer unavailable. Well, I'm out of here, y'all. Until the next one. Peace.